Yo, what's going on, man? Free game all day, man. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's go and get to it, man. So I'm gonna talk about something that is not talked about at all. Like I never see this talked about. Mainly probably because it's kind of like a double standard out here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's like a double standard. So when two people have a child together, you have sometimes it's out of love, sometimes it's mistakes. You know, people make mistakes. Some people slip up. Mainly it's because of somebody being irresponsible, somebody not communicating well about what's going on. It's a lot that normally goes with it. And, you got situations where there are fathers who are not in their children's lives. You got situations where there's fathers who's being neglected from their child. See, then you got these, like for example, these IG models who going out getting pregnant on purpose with guys, with these guys, you know, to basically, have a baby by them so they can get that support. Yeah. See, it's funny how like only the men in the situation are only being targeted, are only being talked about, only being saying what the man ain't doing, the man ain't doing this, the man ain't doing that. But what about these women? You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. You got an IG model who is notoriously known for, looking for attention, looking for that big break. They finds all that those, and let's say it's a person, somebody like OBJ, who want to, shoot in their DM and tell me you're going to fly him out. You might have one good weekend with them, and 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, they going to have sex with them. Now, when they go have sex with them, you already know what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? They taking this extreme to get the condoms and shoot the sperm in them off the condoms. They're doing whatever it takes to get these kids, to make these kids. You know what I'm saying? Let that be a normal nigga that they done met on the street, in the club, and that probably happened. 9 times out of 10, they gonna have an abortion. If they fine as all outside like that, they that fine. They are not trying to slow their life down by having a kid. They're only having a baby only because of who this person is out here. And then the first notion of that he don't want no kid or nothing like that, the first thing, which they already know that, because they're not expecting him to want to be in their life and want to take care of their kid. The first thing they're going to go do is put them on child support. And there go their support for the rest of their life or the rest of the child life. That's not being talked about. The first thing they're going to say is he neglecting his child. They're not talking about the intent of that woman going out her way trying to get that baby, because if that was a regular dude, it's not going to happen. That shit happens. Okay, here go another scenario. The other scenario is, let's say like the woman want to be with the baby daddy. She wants to be with him. She wants to have a life with him and all of that. And he never wanted that child. He didn't want the child. Or, I'm sorry, I take that back. I ain't gonna say that. I say that he just didn't want to be with her. Maybe they finna break up or something. Maybe they not gonna be together. So she meet a guy. And she meets the guy, and he in love with her. Love her dirty draws. And so what he wants to do is, he like, hey, look, I got you. I'm going to take you with me. Let's go do this. You ain't got to worry about none of that. And you ain't got to worry about communicating with him. He takes her. They go off. She disappears. She cut off the baby daddy. And the baby daddy never sees his child again. Is that right? I don't think so. You got scenarios like this going on every day, and nobody is really making this an issue or talking about it. The only option a man has in these issues is being put on child support. That's it. It's no other option. And it's not really fair to a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? That this has got to be the outcome for you if this is what they want to do. Now, some men, they got to go through the courts to be able to get, custody of the child. They got to do this, they got to do that, they got to put themselves on paper, whatever it is. And this is only because the situation is being manipulated by the woman. Because she won't allow a man to have that access. It's all about what they can gain from it. And there's men out here that is going through that situation. Now, there's some men who, purposely doing stuff, purposely having babies, purposely, creating these scenarios, and they don't want to stand up for it. You know what I'm saying? And they deservedly, need to be in that situation. They need to be on child support. But there are women that are out here who doing this. You know what I'm saying? That's not fair. And it's not right. That ain't the way these situations need to be handled. And it's not talked about enough. There's a lot of manipulation going on. There's a lot of trapment. And it's men out here who are not acknowledging this, who are giving women passes off this. And at the end of the day, whoever the baby daddy is, they have to suffer. They have to go through this. Most women, if a woman don't have nothing to do with you, in her mind, if she don't want nothing to do with you, they're going to have that abortion. Or she's going to be on birth control pills. Or she's gonna tell you, put on a condom. Anything to keep her from getting pregnant. Because when a man go inside you without nothing, and he shoots inside you, and you're aware of this, then there's a chance you getting pregnant. You can stop him, and you can tell him, I'm not on nothing. You can tell him, hey, you need to pull out, or hey, you need to put on a condom, or let me go get some birth control. I know plenty of women who, in those situations, they speak about it. They talk about it. There's a conversation to be had before anything even happens. And this is a part of being mature. It's hard for me to believe and understanding that you get so caught up in heat of the moment that this happened. At some point, it's got to click that I can get pregnant. Or even the guy, like I said, he can go and he can put on the condom for his own thing. If she ain't gonna say nothing, go put on the condom or ask a question. At the end of the day, a question just need to be asked. But when it happens, because nobody, and I don't understand, and this is what I don't understand. Who wants a lifetime commitment with a person that you don't even know like that? If you're in a relationship with them, if y'all together, that's totally different. But who wants a lifetime commitment with somebody and you don't know, you ain't been knowing them a month? That's crazy to even think that that's something. And at the end of the day, y'all laid down, y'all made it happen. You got to be responsible for what happened. It's ways to go around that. And there's stuff to be said before we even get to that point on both parties. I totally agree with that. But at the end of the day, you have to, 9 times out of 10, the reason why there is nothing to be said, because once again, I have laid down with women. And if a woman feel like she finna get pregnant or feel like she can't get pregnant, anything like that, she gonna speak up and say it. Hey, look, I ain't know nothing. You need to put on the condom. Or, I can get pregnant. She gonna say that. That's something every woman does. It's hard for me to believe unless this is a young woman. Or it's a woman that's trying to get pregnant by you. Who's gonna lay back, ain't gonna say nothing at all, ain't gonna let you do what you do. that just don't work like that no more. And it's hard, and can nobody convince me and tell me anything differently, because I've been around too many responsible women who have spoke up before it even got to that point or said something. Hell, I'm gonna ask the question. You want something? You got kids, you get the tubes tied? I'm gonna ask the question. That's just common sense. So at the end of the day, like I'm gonna say this. If for the women who take their child and basically go and kidnap them and has nothing to do with the father no more, whatever reason you got, at the end of the day, those women are no better than the baby daddies who ain't taking care of the kids, who don't want to take care of the kids. The women who manipulate the situations, who go and they try to make it seem like it's one way, but all they want, they can't move on in life because they're too hung up on a baby daddy who they never had no connection with, a baby daddy who didn't want to have a baby by them, a baby daddy they're forcing their will on that baby daddy. Those women who play those games right there and you doing that shit, you ain't no better than anybody else in that scenario. Anytime you put a child in a situation where the situation is being manipulated, that is something that's going to hinder them in the long run. Because believe me, let me tell you this, real. When a child gets a certain age, especially in this day and age, this day and time. Now back in the day, like in the 70s, the 60s, the 50s, it's hard to understand this and recognize this. But when a child gets a certain age and they're older, they gonna wanna know who their real parents are. And they gonna find those parents. They're gonna find out what the truth is. They're not gonna sit back and accept whatever that story is that's being pitched. They're gonna wanna go find out what's going on. That's what's gonna happen. So at the end of the day, keep it real with your kids. Tell your kids the truth. If you was in the club and you just had a one night stand with a man and that's how y'all end up being, tell the truth. Don't sit back and sabotage or tell that child a story that didn't happen, a story that's not true. Tell the whole truth, because it's so much lying and there's so much just stuff being said that's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell the truth, man. Like, for real. And when you know what the truth is, at the end of the day, you can fool everybody out here, but you can't fool him, because he know what the truth is. He know exactly what's going on. You have to accept exactly what the situation is. Look, that's my free game for the day, man. Y'all be easy.